Yeah, the second day of the National Assembly where Nigerians gathered to make their votes count. Yes, the people are clamoring for a free and fair elections 2027. Nigerians came out en masse and they protested. The e-transmission, real-time transmission must be not negotiable. So let's take a listen to what Nigerians have to say.
Jam students right, it's key. Transmissions of result is electronically. Nigerians transfer money electronically. Banks function electronically. Government hold their meeting by Zoom electronically. What are you talking about? I've gone around this country to more than 440 local government. I have visited all. 96% of Nigeria is under network coverage. So what is it that Nigeria is matured? Nigeria is more than matured. And right now we have Starlink. We have other means of transmission. So why should anybody deprive the future? I am here not because of my own generation. My generations, they have messed up. These are the people you find in the Senate. These are the people that are sitting in the House. And we are saying no, the future must be saved. Nigeria is the youngest generation rising in globally, and so we must save the future. Nigeria is more than enough. When I landed the US this morning, after the meeting in the US, I landed here in less than how many seconds? I was able to connect. I connect with several local government. I know the state of what is going on. Nigeria is ripe for things to be done rightly.
What would you say?
Why? I was in a foreign country. It's not my nation. I went into the States and I was given the privilege to walk in to sit with the American Congress. I sat in the Senate and I talked with the Congress people. Nobody tear gas anybody. They listened to the petitions we brought. Why should Nigerian? I was here, peaceful. Everybody was conducting themselves peacefully. Why should they be tear gas? This is a crime. This is an abomination. This is a wickedness anybody can do to his own people. And I want to say that God is a God of justice. As for me, I will stand with this generation until they get their country.
So I'd like you to also respond. Because we noticed that Nigerians are not coming out to take a stand, especially with the insecurity and the killings.
Everybody here is a priest. You don't have to wait for anybody. America did not wait for everybody to rise when Martin Luther King rose. And Nigerians of good conscience must rise up to know that this is their only country and is the best nation. That's why I came back. That's why I came back to my country. That's why I am here to stand with these young people. What they are demanding is not so much e-transmission of result, real time. Why should you be afraid?
Advocated that Nigeria should be allowed to run a single term 16-year presidential tenure.
It's all of that nonsense. We know that is where they're heading to, and we are not accepting a one-party state, no matter how intelligent a leader is. The Bible says in a multitude of counsel there is deliverance. That is the reason why Nigerian rotate presidency. That's the reason why we advocated that presidency must go to the south. I paid the premium price for presidency to go to the south against my own region, and so we will not allow any tyranny in this country. Nigeria must survive, and Nigeria must survive for the best of all.
Killings are running everywhere, and it appears nothing is really working, especially from the security agencies.
You will see the action. You will see what is going to happen to the Kilani Fulla headsmen that have been hired and sponsored. The days and their days are numbered. Nigeria is going to rise and shine. Thank you. Thank you. I was not tear gassed when I demanded to talk with the American congressmen. They listened to me and listened to my offer. Why should in Nigeria, Nigerians making their presentation of what they are asking for and all that what they would get is tear gassing all of these people. Nigeria, it's time we join hands together and stop it.
Nigeria, they are trying to twist us. They are trying to suppress us. They want to steal the vote of the people. It will not work.
But we can do the mobilization.
Yes, we can.
This is small compared to what we have done in the past.
Yes, sir.
And one last thing I will say so that we don't lose sight of why we are here, and there are others here, is that you see, each time Nigeria had a little bit of consciousness, there's always an uprising before it. Yes. And I think we are due for another uprising.
Yes.
And the only way to get this is to organize.
Yes.
We must organize and confront these people. I am not one of the persons who will lie to you that there's no need for confrontation. I'm not a reformist per se. I'm a revolutionary.
Yes.
And I know that if you want to go to 1 mile with these people inside here, you have to make them go 15 miles so that you can secure your own 1 mile.
Yes.
So that is my position, and I hope you are all on board. And if you are not on board, you are welcome on board.
Yes.
If you are not on board, you are welcome on board. If you are not on board, you are welcome on board. You are not on board, you are welcome on board.
Thank you very much. It's another battles, but you know my position is that this is just one of the problems related to elections. In addition, when we are done with this, we also have to deal with vote buying, you know. So, and there's no electronic magnet that can stop that. So we have to deal with hunger, starvation. I think the more Nigerians understand that this battle needs to expand rapidly and consume the people we are dealing with here. Of all the electoral problems, I don't want to belittle anything. This is just one of the problems. You know, after we are done with voting, we are still going to need to protect the votes. Because as I keep saying, whatever is transmitted is what has been rigged. And my own position would have been that we even start fighting for electronic voting at this time. But people will bring other reasons why it's not going to be able to happen, because they'll say, oh, it can be hacked into. They can't hack into everything, you know. So
the consciousness of the Nigerian people, that let them understand that they have problems that have to be tackled seriously and frontally, that there's need for confrontations against the oppressive class, and that power is not going to hand over itself to you on the platter. Never. Is that clear?
Yeah, sir.
Thank you.
On what you have just said on the
people by one means only. Yes. We must surround them wherever they are surrounded us. Yes. If they surround us with the elections, we surround them at the elections. Yes. If they surround us with network, we surround them with our own network.
Yes. Yes.
If they surround us with hunger, we confront them with their own starvation of ideas that can liberate us from their hunger.
Yes, sir.
But ultimately, young people, this is your country.
Yes, sir.
There's not even any reason to be begging anybody.
At all.
Maximum number of people here are less than 500.
Yes, sir.
All of them. When we are ready, 500,000 people can make the 500 people do whatever we want, including after we finish, we come and sweep the floor of the protest.
Yes, sir.
One by one.
Yes.
Because it's us that are paying the salaries of these bosses.
Yes, sir.
And they have no option. And I've been telling Peter, and I'm glad that we're doing this. If they have not done this by the 24th, when they are supposed to officially resume, let us expand the battle to the whole country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We should shut the country down.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Listen. House. Fellow Nigerians, we are gathered here not as politicians. We are gathered here as citizens who are concerned about what is going on in the country. What we are discussing is not politics. We are discussing citizenship. Yes, so what the National Assembly is seeing today, with all of us in front of them, is what they ought to be seeing every day. There is no parliament to go in the world where the citizens are not found in the gallery and around the parliament making one case or the other. So this is not a protest. This is participation in democracy. And many more Nigerians should make this a daily activity. Whether you are concerned about water, air quality, education, whatever is the subject matter that concerns you for that day, you have a right to come here and remind our constitutional representatives that they have zero power except the power they are exercising on our behalf. That's number one. Number two, what we need to understand is that we have a history of people rigging elections. But what the present administration is doing, and the National Assembly is enabling them to do, is that they are not content to rig elections. They want to rig the rules of the election. They want to make election rigging part of the law. What we are fighting for is not just one clause in one bill. We are fighting for the principle of freedom. What the Tinubu administration is doing to us, and Akpabio is leading the National Assembly to do, is that they want to reverse our independence. That independence we labored, our forefathers obtained from the British. They want to become black-skinned imperialists. And how are they doing it? They have no skill in governance. They've shown that already. But they don't want to live the same. And they want to make election to be an empty ritual where the citizen knows that I am just coming there like a prop in a movie. I don't count. The script is already written. And that is why President Tinubu said when he was coming, the power is not begged for. You don't beg the people for power. You go and grab it like a pickpocket, like an armed robber. Yes. You grab it, you snatch it, and you run with it. And the citizen of Nigeria, in his mind, will do nothing. What we want them to know is that we can lose on the issue of governance, because we know that next time a better government will come. Yes. We can lose on the mismanagement of our resources. We know that when we hold elections, we will correct it. Okay. What we cannot lose is our sovereignty. We cannot lose our sovereignty. We cannot be a people who are not free in our land. Right. So this movement for credible election is not a political movement. And don't assume, because Nigerians have a Messiah problem, don't assume that there will be Obiese Gozele coming to fight for you tomorrow. There will be Isa El-Buba fighting for you tomorrow. This is not how you are going to be free. How we are going to be free is that as we are doing it here, you do it in every part of your community.
Yes, sir.
If you lead a church, you make it a sermon. Yes. If you lead a mosque, you make it a sermon. Wherever you are a leader of a community, because there are three principles implicated in what we are discussing. Our government is saying, through our law, that we are dishonest people, that we cannot do anything fairly. And we have been doing that to our people for a long time. A student who goes to write an entrance examination is not sure that what he does in the exam will determine the outcome. A person who goes to work doesn't believe that what he does at work will determine his remuneration or promotion. Everything we do in our society, our leadership, have made dishonesty a national character. And Nigerians, we are not dishonest. It is a dishonest leadership that we have. Secondly, that we cannot be fair and just. Already, the government has taken over all the resources of the country. They've appropriated all the wealth of the country to themselves. They have captured all the governors that people elected for the variety that they brought in the election. They've now approximated and unified everything into one singularity to serve one man, one system. Now, they want to make election a foregone conclusion. And this is a country where the government says they have arrested coup plotters, and that the coup plotters will face death sentence, life imprisonment, other punishment. And the government itself is a coup d'etat. Yes. So we cannot allow for them to assume that we are quiet. And let me tell them, what we are doing here today is our right.
Yes, sir.
And it's our love for the country we are expressing.
Yes, sir.
They cannot be too sure that every part of Nigeria will continue to wait and protest peacefully like this. So the earlier they abandon that attempted coup and do the right thing, the best for the country. Yes, as it is today, our president is being supervised from Washington on how to be a commander-in-chief. And is being supervised from France on how to manage the economy. Does he want to be supervised from abroad on how to conduct elections? India has 10 times of our voting population. They don't even discuss free and fair election anymore, because it is an insult to the Indian spirit that you would think the election is not fair. So this is the last time